you anywhere closer to me. Where you are, I will be. My heart in the deep.
Alright guys, we are back with another video. I just hit my hand really hard. The light's on me really weird. Let me see if I can scoot over here. Let's try right here. Okay, we are back with another video. So, we are going to be looking at the basics on how to get started with just $1,000. So whether you are a beginner, want to do this as a side hobby or for full-time, there are things you need to understand when buying and reselling stuff for $1,000. And what factors matter on some deals and what factors don't matter on other deals. Excuse me for the terrible camera quality that this video might put out because I am using OBS to stream record and show you my screen. But here we go. I'm going to jump into my screen. I'm going to start with Craigslist, a very common app or website that you can use to flip things for a profit. So let's check this out. Oh, Conor McGregor. Bam. All right, here we go. All right, so we are on Craigslist. So let's say we were looking at dirt bikes, for example. I'm going to change it up a bit. I always do vehicles, but let's do motorcycles, right? So we're going to do motorcycles / dirt bikes, basically. But we're going to set our price range from $800 to $1,500 because you have to understand if you have a $1,000, you don't want to find $1,000 deals because you're supposed to negotiate down. If you find a deal that's worth $1,500 and then you can get it down to $1,000, then it makes sense. Or if you find a deal that's worth $1,700, get it down to $1,000, which is what you have to spend, remember, and then sell it back for a profit. But let's understand a couple things when you're doing this. Is this going to be a high volume vehicle? Is it going to sell quickly? Is it not? And there are a couple things that we can help you guys with that'll explain how. So this is a fake deal right here, $1,076. This is worth more than that, and the number's weird. So understand, if the number is $1,079, then why would they actually want that extra $9 and put it as the price? That throws a red flag. It's probably only got one photo. It may have more. Nope. Oh, 3 photos. 3 photos. So they're getting a little better. But things like this is probably a fake deal. Whatever. It's okay. I would not take my time to even ask about it. But on top of things like this, Honda Grom. Here's a KLX 110. I've had a couple of these bikes. Where are these going to sell to? Who is going to buy this? Remember, this is a great beginner bike for who? A son. So the son's not going to be buying this more than likely. If you find this bike, a lot of times a dad will be buying this. When would this bike sell? Around Christmas time and around summertime. So right before summertime. When would be a good time to buy this? Right after summertime when it starts cooling off in your area where there's no more demand. Or wintertime but not quite Christmas time, if that makes sense. Because if you buy it, on the 20th of December and it's almost Christmas time and it's 30 degrees outside, yes, no one wants it, but it's Christmas coming up. So fathers will be buying these, not looking at the price, not looking at the deal, but they'll be buying these to get for their kid because they want to make their kid happy for Christmas and they're willing to overpay. And it makes sense. I don't blame them. But, if you buy this when it's colder in November or October, where they're not thinking about Christmas yet or they're not going to buy this bike yet, you can capitalize on this if you're willing to hold it. So say you offer this guy, in October, it's probably going to be posted lower than this because it's, hot right now where I'm at. But say this is posted at $900, which is probably what it'd be posted for in the cooler months of the year. You go, hey, I noticed it doesn't have any graphics on it. You guys can see tires look like it's in decent shape. Is there any way you could take, if it's posted at $800, is there any way you could take $600? They go, oh, I don't know, I could do $700. You go, okay. So now you bought it in October where it's colder. There's no demand for it. You can't ride it because it's cold. But Christmas isn't there yet. Then you relist it around, the 12th of December or the 10th of December. They probably went up a little bit in price because December's coming and the demand's going up. And then you relist it for $1,500 where you originally got it for $700. And then you list it for $1,500 and they'll probably give you $1,300 because, a dad's probably going to negotiate still. But you just profited there understanding seasons. So things like that is so simple if you just understand things around you and what month it is and where you're located and things of that sort and understanding, the audience that you're going to attract with this KLX 110. Whereas, a different bike like this bike, they're probably not going to be buying this for their son. It's a big bike, XR400. It's mechanic special, so it's probably not running correctly. But you have to understand that stuff. Things like this Vespa. This will sell. It's a pretty common bike if gas prices become high. These going to get gas prices. These going to get gas mileage. If you want to ride this for a little bit, but you want to flip it as well. You buy it, when gas prices are not that high, and then you ride it, and then maybe you don't even want to get rid of it. But gas prices go up, and you go, well, if there's any time for me to sell right now, it's because this occurrence or this particular incident, which would be the gas prices, which can boost this because it's known for getting good gas mileage, like Honda Ruckuses, Honda Metropolitans. Those are both 50cc scooters that are very, very popular. Here's a 125cc pit bike. Great pit bike, but it's an off-brand Chinese bike. It's Apollo. Yes, this also would attract the dad buying for the son. This one actually might attract more than that KLX, even though it is not going to be as reliable, most likely. It might, because it's more visually appealing, and the son probably would be more excited for that one. But just understanding things like this is so, so important to know. If you're doing cars, understand that. Let me go to cars real quick. All right, so now we are in the car category. We're doing for sale by owner, and again, we're going to go 700 to 1500. No, let's do 1700 in the car market. Sometimes people really need to sell them, and they get into this bind, and you can actually capitalize on this. So we're going really, really cheap, right? One thing you have to realize with cars are, when you're in this $800, $900 range, you are taking a big risk based on reliability alone. You have to expect higher mileage. If you want to get one that's still visually appealing, you're probably going to have to sacrifice mileage, especially in this price range. So what you want to do is you want to look and do the exact same thing, is understand your audience. Who will this attract? What kind of audience will this attract? What time of year is this? Where am I located? Am I surrounded by farmland? Am I not surrounded by farmland? Am I in the city, so where commuter cars will actually sell quicker? Am I in the country where four-wheel drive is needed, where four-wheel drive is a manly thing to do? Doesn't matter to you, and it may sound stupid to you, but it doesn't matter what you think. It matters what the pool of people around you think. If you're looking for car deals, understand that for a $1,000 car, if it's got some faded paint like this, but it has low mileage, this might not affect it, because the next buyer might actually be like, okay, well, I'm buying a $1,500 car. Remember, you paid $1,000 for this, for example. They're not going, I need it to look like this, because they just need something from point A to point B. Whereas if you buy a $5,000 car for $4,000 and then you try and sell it for $6,000, someone spending $6,000 is going to expect it to look visually appealing, expect it to have decent interior, expect it to probably not be smoked in. Whereas this, they will understand, what they're buying, what they're doing, and they just need wheels to get them from point A to point B. Again, you also have to understand that your audience is going to be very large in a $1,000 to $2,000 car price range, because almost everyone that's 25 to 50 to 60 to 70 years old has that spare in their account if they're looking for a car. Whereas if you have a $15,000 car, it may take longer to sell. Yes, you can make more money, but how many times could you have sold a $1,000 dirt bike for $1,500 before the next person bought that $15,000 car? Because having $15,000 to give to a private party individual might take a lot longer to find the right buyer, because a lot of people don't have $15,000. So just understanding your audience is so important when doing things like this. And that's really just what I wanted to share with you today for this video. I think this is something very important that you guys can all take away and all learn from. But again, it's literally super important to understand this, and you can apply this to anything. It's not just cars, it's not just dirt bikes. You can apply this to bicycles. I've done a bicycle, I've done a Rolex watch. I never wear a Rolex and keep, maybe, at least at my age, but I understood the market, and I understood what someone wanted if they wanted the Rolex watch, and I understood its value based on all these little scenarios and based on my surroundings. But you can apply this to houses, all kinds of stuff, and you can capitalize in any sense. But if there's a will, there's a way. Even if there's a market crash, there's a way to profit. I promise. Just think a little bit differently than everyone else, and it maybe will come to you. If you guys want to learn more about what we do on a daily basis, click the first link down below. It's the Flipping Wheels program, where I teach this literally to all the Flipping Wheels students, all the members and the team every single day, and help them find the best deals in their area. if they present a deal to me, I will break it down for the exact link they show me, and then give my 2 cents about it. Is it a good deal? Is it a bad deal? What I think they can sell it for, how much I think they can profit. But on top of that, we have the 30-day challenge. So you can click the second link down below and get $50 off that program itself. And if you're unhappy, unsatisfied, or don't make your money back within the 30 days, that's a part of the 30-day challenge, then we give you a full refund, no questions asked. So I think that's a really cool factor. But yeah, I mean, that's really just it. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, hit the third link down below. Shoot me any DMs. Ask me any questions that you guys want to, but I'm going to be getting off here. Again, thank you guys so much for your time, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.